Hello, and welcome back to Rumbo al inglés. I'm here with the extraordinary, exquisite, delectable, inspirational, spectacular, outstanding Rachel of the River, Raquels dels Rios. Hello, Raquels. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Good. Now, tell them why I'm adding so many S's to your name. Can you tell them why, just in case they don't remember?
Because my big problem is the S.
Yes. You leave it out, you give me an extra one. You leave it out, you give me an extra one. Okay, what is the rule with the S? Tell me some rules. Let's look at this S. We want to conquer the S. Well, tell me some rules with the S. What are some general rules with this S?
Okay.
When do we use it?
For the third person, always.
Yeah, always in singular, third person singular.
Yeah.
We use the S. Paco works. Joanna lives, right? Now, what is your mistake with it here? What is the idea when it's a question?
When it's a question, we use the auxiliary.
Yeah.
And that means that we shouldn't use the S in the verb, but I do.
Right. Very good. That's true. But see, what Raquel does, she says, does your sister has, right? And we know that it would be have. Does your sister have? Does your sister have, right? Okay, Raquel, I like your shirt here. What is this? This is a new shirt? I've never seen this one before.
Thank you. It is new.
It's a new shirt, okay.
But your shirt is really cool. I like it very much. With
Are
all
you-
the planes.
Oh, you like
I
the
can see
plane?
lots of planes today on your t-shirt, on the table.
Yeah, well, actually, I really love aviation, okay? I'm a big fan of planes. I love planes. Ever since I was a little child, I've loved planes. Do you like planes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Tell me to ask you if you've ever flown a plane.
Ask me if I ever flown a plane.
If I've ever, right? If I have. So the I have is I've. Give it to me one more time.
Ask me if I ever.
If I've ever.
Ask me if I've ever flown a plane.
One more time. Give it to me faster.
One more time, faster. Ask me if I've ever flown a plane.
You got it. Raquel, have you ever flown a plane?
No, I haven't.
Really? You haven't?
I haven't.
Why don't you ask me the same question?
Have you ever flown a plane?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yes,
I don't
have.
believe you.
I swear to God, you don't believe me. Okay, ask me how old I was when I flew a plane. Ask me.
How old were you when you flew a plane?
Okay, give it to me one more time, please.
How old were you when you flew a plane?
Okay, how old was I when I flew a plane? I was about 10 years old when I flew a plane. I was about 10 years old, if I remember correctly. Ask me whose plane it was.
Whose plane was it?
Okay, whose plane was it? Take it in, right? Whose plane was it? What do you want to know?
I want to know whose plane it was.
Yes, it was my father's friend's plane, okay? And I flew the plane. It was incredible. I did a loop, okay? I did a loop. She doesn't believe me. You don't believe me. I can't make this up. This is a true story, okay? And I've always loved planes. So I decided today that we were going to have an aviation-themed show today. So, all right? So we have some planes over here, a few planes on my shirt, okay? But, you know, I have to have a theme. You know, themes are very big these days. You know, if you notice, a lot of restaurants, a lot of TV shows, they have themes, right? Do you like theme restaurants or theme parks?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do. What is your favorite? Well, maybe you can't tell us the name. I don't know if you're allowed to tell us the name, but what is one of your favorite theme restaurants?
Exotic.
Exotic. Okay, like this kind of like jungle kind of
Yes.
theme or something like this. Okay, great. Okay, ask me if I like theme restaurants.
Do you like themed restaurants?
Okay, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of themed restaurants, okay? Ask me what my favorite museum in Spain is.
What's your favorite museum in Spain?
It's called the Ham Museum. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, the Ham Museum, okay? It's the tastiest museum in Madrid, okay? It's the tastiest museum. Very good. Okay, Raquel. Very good. And what we're going to look at, ask me what we're going to look at today.
What are we going to look at today?
Well, today we're going to sing, we're going to dance, we're going to do a little karaoke, and we're going to do a little beatboxing. Do you know what beatboxing is?
No.
Do you know what beatboxing is? I know Maria. Maria is one of our production assistants here. She's the best, by the way. She is excellent. Maria, if you're watching, I love you. Okay? Maria, she knows what beatboxing is. This is beatboxing.
I see.
Do you know how to beatbox?
No, I don't.
Okay, I was joking. We're not going to do any of that today. It was just a joke. But we are going to warm up. We're going to warm up with some tongue twisters. Tongue twisters. You hate me. She's giving me a dirty look right now. Okay? I want you to try these with us. We're going to do some tongue twisters. Are you ready? Are you ready?
No, I'm not.
Well, we're going to start anyway. Okay, here we go. We'll start simple. Ask me if Sally still sells seashells down by the seashore. Oh, what a look.
Does Sally still sell seashells by the seashore?
Well, Raquel, give yourself 25 points.
I'm very impressed.
I'm very impressed.
I'm very impressed with myself.
Are you? Okay. Give it to us one more time. Okay. Let's see if you can do it a second time. Ask me, and I want you to try. Follow me. Ready? Ask me if Sally still sells seashells by the seashore.
Does Sally still sell seashells by the seashore?
Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. It's a tricky one. All right, we're going to try one more. Are you ready? Did you follow that one? If you did, give yourself 25 points. Because these are tricky. They're tricky in Spanish, too, believe me. I have a lot of difficulty with them. All right, try this one. Ask me, how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
What?
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to repeat it. Follow me here. Write it down if you need to, okay? Ask me, how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood a woodchuck?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? One more time. Try it. It's tricky.
How much wood a woodchuck?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if
A woodchuck
a woodchuck?
could chuck wood.
Oh.
Try it again. You got it. I think you've almost got it. Follow us. Stay with us. I think you can do it too. I'm going to repeat it for you one more time. Ask me, how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? You got it?
Half of
Okay,
it.
give it to me.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yes! You got it. You got it. Did you get it? The answer is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Okay, I want you to have that perfect, all right? If you can do that, then you can really move quickly in the language, okay? Do you like tongue twisters?
No, I don't.
You don't. Do you like
I
them in
get
Spanish?
really tired.
You get tired with them, okay? Are you good at them in Spanish?
It depends on the tongue twister.
Okay, it depends on the tongue twister. Okay, well, we're going to look at something today. How do you say siempre que?
As long as you...
Yeah. He will do it as long as you pay him. Siempre que le pagues, right? He will do it as long as you pay him. Now, we have another way that we say this, and this siempre y cuando. Do you know how to say this, Raquel? Siempre y cuando.
Another way.
Yeah, it's similar to as long as, but it's...
As
another-
always, as...
No, as always, no, okay? It's provided that. Provided that. There it is, right in front of you. You see it? Provided that, okay? Now, this structure works like this. I'm going to show you a chart, okay? I'm going to give you a little chart in a minute that explains exactly how we use this in grammar. But we're going to look at the chart, and then what are we going to do? We're going to use it.
Okay.
Because that's what we do. We use it. So, it goes like this. You can put provided that plus the present simple plus the future with will. There's my chart, okay? Provided that plus the present simple plus the future with will. Now, this would be provided that he agrees, I will help him. Okay, provided that he agrees, present simple, third person, your favorite, I will help him. Now, a secondary structure we can do is I will help him provided that he agrees. Do you see what happens there? We put the future with will first, then provided that, and then he agrees, the present simple. So you have, if provided that comes first, then you're using present simple and then the future. If provided that comes in the center, you're using the future with will and the present simple at the end of the phrase. You think you got that?
I think so.
Okay, let's take a look. Now, I'm going to give you another trick. Sometimes we substitute will for should.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes we do that. It's a very common substitution. Where when you put the future with will, we put in should. Should. Okay.
Should.
Should. All right, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to follow us? I hope so. Okay, here we go. Siempre y cuando no les importe, terminaremos la reunión antes esta noche.
Provided that they don't mind, we will finish our meeting early tonight.
Okay, we will finish
Or meeting.
or our. There's another
Our
favorite mistake.
meeting.
Okay, our, nuestro. It's the same pronunciation as una hora, an hour. Our meeting. I want you to give me that one more time. That's one of your Achilles heels. Do you know this?
Achilles heel.
Think about it. You have a similar thing in Spanish. Your Achilles heel. What is this? Tendón de Achilles. It's the same word. Your Achilles heel, your weak point. And I know the more I work with you, the more I know your weak points, your Achilles heel. We know that's the S, and I think I found another one now. You don't like this possessive. Our, okay? What is your Achilles heel? The good thing is once you can identify your Achilles heel, you can correct it. That's what I tell my students. I said, it's good to make mistakes. Why? Because if you didn't make mistakes, you wouldn't need to learn English. But if you make a mistake, we can identify it and we can correct it, right? So give it to me one more time. Siempre y cuando no les importe, terminaremos la reunión antes esta noche.
Okay. Provided that they don't mind, we will finish our meeting early tonight.
Yes. Okay, we will finish our meeting early tonight. Okay, very good. Here's another one. Siempre y cuando el comité esté de acuerdo, pediremos los materiales enseguida.
Provided that the committee agrees, we will ask for the materials right away.
Okay, good. And you use this. I'm going to give you 5 points. Enseguida in English, a very common way to say it is right away. Right away. Okay, when do you need the document? I need it right away. That means there's a lot of rush behind it. Very good. Okay, now what is another way? You said to ask for is pedir. Okay, now what is another way to say pedir? Do you know?
To order.
To order, absolutely. And un pedido, I think in Spanish, pedido, is it?
A request.
An order.
An order.
See, it's the same word, but it's used as a noun. An order. And remember, because it starts with a vowel, it uses an, right? An ambulance. I know you know that. I hope you know that.
I think I do know
I
that.
hope so. Well, sometimes this is what I told you.
I can forget.
That's the thing. I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what level you are. It's always good to go over the basics, right? It's always a good idea because, you know, a building is only as strong as its foundation, right? If the foundation of a building is weak, the cement, hormigón, right? If the cement is weak, then the building will...
Knock down.
Okay, will get knocked down.
Okay.
Okay, will get knocked down. But I'll give you 5 points for remembering derribarse. Will get knocked down, right? Do you know the song? I get knocked down, but I get up again, because you never get... You know this one?
It sounds familiar.
I'm sure you know it. It's a great song, and it has a lot of phrasal verbs. Look for the phrasal verbs in the songs. They're all there, okay? Don't let me down. The Beatles. No me decepciones. I get by with a little help from my friend. Me las apaño con la ayuda de mis amigos. They're all in the music. And if you like music, which I know you do, then you can find your favorite phrasal verbs in context. And that's where they make sense, right or wrong?
Right.
Right. Are you just agreeing with me? Sometimes
No.
I feel like you just agree with me.
I don't always agree with you, Alberto.
Okay, all right. Here we go. Here's another one for you, okay?
Okay.
Siempre que la bolsa vaya bien, deberíamos ganar mucho dinero.
Provided that the stock market goes well,
Okay.
we should make lots of money.
We should make a lot of money. Now, this is a perfect example, which Raquel just showed us, of where we put in should instead of will. That's right, that's right. Okay, here's another one. Debería ser una bonita sorpresa siempre que nadie se entera.
It should be a very nice surprise, provided that no one knows.
Okay, no one knows is good. This is okay. But we have another way that we say enterarse. It's a phrasal verb, of course. Do you know what it is? I can't hear you. Speak up. All right, Raquel, you tell me because they're not answering me.
They say, find out.
To find out. That's correct. To find out. Enterarse. And another way, put it in an expression. ¿Cómo te enteraste? How did you find out? If you have one expression with that phrasal verb in it, you can always go back to that expression, right? How did you find out? I found out through the newspaper, or I found out from a friend, okay? And you could, if you have it in a context, you'll always remember the meaning of it. That's how we remember it, because we know where it goes in context, right? Okay, here we go. Here's another one here. Okay, no te arrepentirás siempre y cuando estés dispuesto a prescindir de ciertos lujos. You want it longer? I can add some more to the sentence.
Say that again.
I'll say it again. I think now you're testing my Spanish.
No, I'm
That was
trying to
difficult.
remember the sentence.
Okay, no problem. It is a long one, okay? No te arrepentirás siempre y cuando estés dispuesto a prescindir de ciertos lujos. Okay?
You won't regret it, provided that you're willing to go without certain luxuries.
Okay, no luxuries, but it's luxuries. Luxuries. Say it.
Luxuries.
Give it to me one more time.
Luxuries.
Give it to me one more time.
Luxuries.
I'm going to put some music. You ready?
Luxuries. Luxuries. Luxuries.
Okay. And one, how do you say detestable?
Omnibus.
Omnibus. Are you serious? Oh, do you remember? I hope you remember it because Raquel, I have to take away 10 points for that. We were doing
It's a really hard word.
Okay, you have to associate it. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. Omnibus. You like, at least you know that word. It's not really a word in English, but obnoxious. Detestable. Obnoxious. I know, one day you're going to get it. Did you remember it? I hope you did. Obnoxious. Just give it to me one more time. Go ahead.
Obnoxious.
Give it to me again.
Obnoxious.
Say it 5 times fast.
Obnoxious.
Okay, no, be careful. It's obnoxious. Obnoxious, like an SH. One more time.
Obnoxious.
One more time.
Obnoxious.
One more time.
Obnoxious.
Oh my. Raquel, you're becoming obnoxious. No, it's a joke. Okay. Obnoxious. Detestable. See, I'll always remember what I teach you. I tell my students, I never forget. I remember what I teach you, and I'm going to keep testing you until I know that you know it. Okay? And when you know it, I can leave you alone. But from time to time, I'll bring it back up again. Okay? Here's another one. Are you ready? Okay, so give me this one more time. Okay? No te arrepentirás siempre y cuando estés dispuesto a prescindir de ciertos lujos.
You won't regret it, provided that you're willing to go without certain luxuries.
Luxury. Like luck, como suerte. Luxuries. Give it to me.
Luxuries.
Perfect. Luxuries. Okay? And again, associated. Luxuries. It's 2 sounds in the end. Luxuries. Detestable, how do you say it?
I was thinking of that, you know.
I read your mind. Tell
Now
me.
you make me nervous.
I make you nervous? Okay. Tell me how do you say detestable?
Obnoxious.
No! I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. What is it?
Obnoxious.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a way to remember it. Ob.
I
Okay,
remember
ob.
that.
I know, you have this part.
That's
No,
not my
because
problem.
sometimes you say omni. Okay. Ob. Knock.
Knock.
Shus.
I'll try.
3 sounds. Ob. Knock. Shus. Obnoxious. Give it to me.
Obnoxious.
One more time.
Obnoxious.
One more time.
Obnoxious.
Again.
Obnoxious.
You got it. Okay. Now remember, I'm going to ask you again before the end of the class.
I'm going to go to bed tonight and I'm going to think obnoxious, obnoxious.
Well,
Alberto.
that's the idea. Repeat it until it sounds normal. Until omnibus, this word that you made up. Okay, very good. Okay, let's take a look, okay? Let's do one more. Siempre que lleves puesto un disfraz, no tendrás problemas para entrar.
Provided that you wear a fancy dress, you won't have any problems to get in.
Okay, to get in, absolutely, okay. Let's see, we'll do one more, okay? No deberías tener problemas en la aduana siempre que te vistas de manera normal.
You shouldn't have any problems at the customs, provided that you wear something normal.
Okay, at the customs, this is something we looked at before.
Yeah.
So how do you say?
At customs.
At customs, okay? You won't? So give it to me one more time.
You shouldn't have any problems at customs, provided that you wear something normal.
Okay, provided that you wear something normal or you dress normally, okay? Okay. Now, how do you say to dress more formally, now that we're looking at this? To dress more formally.
Smart? Not really.
You can say smart, but a phrasal verb is to dress up. Okay, also it's disfrazarse, but you know from the context. If I tell you, tonight we're going to a fancy restaurant, dress up. It doesn't mean put on a Peter Pan costume. Okay, it means look nice. Okay, now, what about to dress more casually? This one makes sense.
Using a phrasal verb.
Yeah.
Dress down?
Yes. Isn't it great when English makes sense?
It
Okay.
doesn't make sense.
To dress down. On Fridays at the company, we usually dress down. To dress more casually. To dress more casually.
Okay.
To dress up, to dress down. Okay, one more. I know I told you there was one more, but there's another one I want to bring up. Okay, here we go. Probablemente irán a Japón siempre y cuando aprueben sus exámenes.
They'll probably go to Japan, provided that they all pass their exams.
Okay, that they...
They pass their exams.
Okay, so give it to me one more time. You made up a word
They'll
somewhere.
probably go to Japan.
To Japan.
To Japan. They'll probably go to Japan, provided that they pass their exams.
Provided that they pass their exams, okay? And you did something, I was trying to put you in a trap, but you passed, okay? We never, ever begin a sentence with probably in English. Probably goes after the auxiliary. I will probably go. They will probably eat. Probably never begins a sentence. Write it down. It's important stuff. Okay, very quickly, just wanted to look at one of my favorite numbers because it's a big whole. Okay, and it's usually the way my bank account looks. Okay, how do you say cero? Patatero. No. How do you say cero in English?
Zero.
Zero. Zero. You see our Z, our Z, our Z vibrates. Zero.
Zero.
Ooh, that's nice. Zero. Zero. Okay, now what's another way to say this?
Oh.
Oh, right, with phone numbers. You can say your phone number is 697-6190 or 0, okay? Now, they're both fine. They're both totally acceptable to say O or 0. Now, how do you say 0 in tennis?
Love.
Love, that's right. Love, love. That's my favorite one. That's a nice one. Love, what a pretty... It's a nice way of saying you're losing, basically. 40, love. Well, not too much love if you're losing, right? Okay, do you like tennis?
Just for a little bit.
Okay, okay.
I don't go like for 3 hours.
Okay. Let's look at one more 0. What about in football or rugby? Do you know how we say this?
I know in football.
Tell me.
Nil.
Nil. That's right. Real Madrid will beat Barça 5-0. You call this a little hand, una manita. Yeah, this is my prediction, okay? Bet, and we'll see if I can make some money with this, okay? They will beat Barça 5-0. Well, Raquel, ask me what time it is now.
What time is it now?
It's time to say goodbye. It's time, once again, to say goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice, warm applause for my beautiful, lovely assistant student, Raquel del Rio. Okay, Raquel, thank you for being here again.
Thank you, Alberto.
Okay, and again, I'm Alberto Alonso. Thank you so much for being here in Rumbo al Inglés. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.